Tomorrow is going to be, it's just a little 2-hour event at a little hamlet up the road from here. So I know this is going to be the size of my table. It is actually clean. Believe it or not, it's just stains. This is going to be the size of my table. They're supplying the table, so I'm just going to roughly work out what I'm taking with me. And like I say, it is only a little 2-hour event in a little hamlet, so there won't be no big items going with me. So let me get started. First things first, I'm not taking the table with me because they're providing tables and I know they're going to be roughly 6 foot. But I am taking this, which folds down, because that gives me a bit of extra height at the back of the table. This is actually, I will link it down below, this is actually a fold-up bench that goes with these tables. So it's quite compact, very sturdy, and I use it to just give me that extra height on the back of the table. Now usually if I'm doing a big event, how well you can see them on video, but these 2 grids here will sit at the back, which gives me hanging space as well. And I usually have one of these rails up at the end. It all depends on the type of event that I'm going to. Now this is the shelf covered. This is the same type of tablecloth I've got there in the box that will cover my actual table, so it all matches. And of course I can about and stretch, but what it actually gives me as well is a bit of space back here where I can keep cash tin, bags, etc. And of course I always have my little sign to say card payment accepted. That usually sits up the top, and it might sit on the corner or in the middle, however I decide I'm doing my layout. So I'm not going to put the main tablecloth on, but that just gives you an idea how I use that shelf there. Right, this is going to be roughly my table tomorrow. So I've got the crochet hook rolls, scissors in their cases, hair scrunchies, hair thingies, pens, novelty pens, children's, well, they don't have to be children's, but they're designed for children, character, little notebooks with a twisting crayon pencil, key rings, more grown-up size notebooks. I always have a meet the maker, which sort of basically just says a bit about me. I've got one tie left with Welsh Dragon, and I've only got 2 of the men's soap bags left. Well, they're designed towards men. One big cushion, one Welsh cushion, because we are just coming into tourist season, and tourists do generally look for Welsh themed things. Boxy bags, this is all I've got left. I really need to get some more made up, and I'm going to take along some quilts as well. So that is going to be basically it. I don't know whereabouts in the hall my place will be, but I might be able to display my quilts differently. So we'll see, but there we go. It's only a little 2-hour event, and that is going to be roughly it. There will be a cloth, of course, on my table, and there will be some of my cards put out. You have to excuse the noise. That is my dehumidifier and the fan system for the summer going. Right, so all that's left to do now is get it boxed up. I shall take along price labels with me. be moved over there a bit to make it a bit more clear. Yeah, so so I've just got all of that now to sort out and get it all in boxes, so it's ready to load up tomorrow morning. Hi, right, now we're back from the craft fair. It's been a couple of days actually. Today's Monday, today's Tuesday. Craft fair was Saturday. I was going to do this yesterday, but I was a bit busy and I was busy on Sunday. Anyway, so I'm going to give you an update on how it all went. Now, we've got to keep in mind this is a tiny little church hall. Let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, 9. I think 9. It holds sort of 9 tables around the outside. And they have a few tables down the middle for people to sit and have their cups of tea and cake, etc. So it is a tiny little church hall with a church to the side. Now, this isn't in a village as such. It's in what I call a hamlet. There's no houses next to it. You're going to be it's a good 8 miles to the next village, I would say, and probably about the same 6 to 8 miles from town. So it's really in the middle of nowhere, down a little unnamed back road, not even a B road, it is a little back road. And it's got a car park across the road. So now I've attended here a few times and it is actually very well supported by the local people. And local, everybody has to travel. It's not within walking distance of anybody. Everyone has to travel to get there. So I've gone before there doing selling the buffalo meat when we were doing buffalo meat on the farm, and we finished that end of last year. And this year I decided to go along and do a craft stall there. It was called the market, so there is local producers there as well, but I was doing crafts. And so I didn't know how well that would go. Surprisingly, you're only there starts at 10, finishes by the time we've packed up, had the raffle and packed up, it's 12:30. So 2 hours really selling time. And it was £10 for a table. So keep that in mind. £10 for a table, little hamlet in the middle of nowhere. Now I keep all my record of all my sales. I jot everything down as we go along. So in total, right, the table cost £10. In total, I did £76 of sales in the 2 hours. So I was really, really happy with that. And I was expecting to do, I thought maybe £30, £40 tops. That's what I was expecting to do, because of its location, etc. So £76 was excellent. So I want to go through with you what some of the things were that really sold well. Right, first thing that really sold well was these boxy bags. So, or the everything bag, shaped like a little box. Oops. And it holds everything. Zip up at the top, 2 handles, which I do with webbing. Zip down the top. I have them stuffed with bubble wrap to keep their shape, and they're all lined. So, and I have my little homespun label on the front. I sell those at £8 each, and I sold 3 of them. Really pleased with that. And it was all plain colours I didn't have any of the bright colours left, which I've taken to previous events and sold. I've only got 2 left now made up in my stock, but I have a load here cut out ready to go. So these are all brighter colours. See them, very Art Deco, pinks and oranges, pinks, more pinks, chocolate browns, and I will do a few more of the plain colours. They appeal more to men. Now I have them all cut out ready with their linings, everything to go, including zips. Webbing for the handles is all cut, the lot. So over the next week or so I will be making them up. The pattern design is from Christine's Home Affairs. You can find her on YouTube. She does lots of bags, etc., all sorts of things made from repurposed what would be waste landfill fabric. And they've always been a good seller for me at craft events, and I had thought about I could do them and I could put an embroidery design on, but I thought that's just going to increase the price. I'd rather keep it at, I know how long it takes me to knock one of these up, sew one of these up once they're all cut out. And I can have a bit of a production line going, so I can sell them at £8 each. If I was to put an embroidery design on, puts the price up and people are less likely to buy. Right, my next bestseller was covered notebooks. Now this is a crazy patch one. The design is from Creative Kiwi. Is it Creative Kiwi? Creative Kiwi. It's an in the hoop machine embroidery design. This is the only one I've got left, and again I sell these for £8, and I sold 3 of them again. So I'm looking to get some more made up this week, and I don't know if you can see, but with the crazy patch I try to keep them colour tone. I've done them in just out of scrap fabric, greens, pinks, oranges, whatever, and they've got decorative stitching on all the crazy patches. A little hardback notebook inside, all fully lined, and I do put them in cellophane bags. I've taken it out of the bag so that you can see it. So they're another good seller for me. The next good seller is these crochet hook rolls. Whoa, that sent the camera a bit funny. Crochet hook rolls. This is from Engineered in Stitches. It's a design I've had for a good many years now. On the other side you've got all the crochet terms. I don't know how well you can see them, but it's going to send the camera funny. And I buy in a cheap little pack of hooks that I put in so people can actually see what they're for. The hooks go with them. You can get them, I buy them on Amazon. Did I get them on Amazon? I'll have to have a look. And they and you've got all the hook sizes all stitched out there as well, and the whole thing rolls up. There we go. And oops, I haven't put that a bit in, but the whole thing rolls up like that. I've used one, I got one of my own, and I've used it for years now, and I just do these out of felt because it just keeps them sort of nice and soft. I could do patchwork fabric as well, and I sell those for £10 because they've got the hooks in them. If they didn't have the hooks I would probably sell them for less. And right, so yes, I sold one of those at my previous craft fair. I sold one as well. Another good seller, scrunchies. I haven't brought any up here to show you, but they're just little scrunchies made out of scraps of fabric, and I price them at £1 each. They're aimed at children because I keep them pocket money price. So I sold quite a few of those. The novelty pens, again I haven't brought one up here to show you. I've sold one of those that I sell for £3.50 that are all made up with beads, etc. And the applique sheep cushion, which was a one-off. I haven't got a picture of it. I'd no sooner put it on the stall, it sold straight away. You can see it when I'm trying out what I was putting on the stall, and it sold straight away before we'd even opened. So, and that I just sold for £12. So that was what I was selling, them types of things, and then they're the types of things I find go well. There are other bits and pieces. It all depends really on the location and the event, and you know, and what I think the footfall is going to be like. So that is my update on the event, and as you've seen me sorting it all out, setting it all up, how I was set up at the event, and now I've just given you a bit of an update at the end of it. So thank you for coming along with me on this craft event, and hopefully I'll take you along on the next one. My next ones, I've got two, I think I've got two in June, so I've got some ideas of things to make, because we're coming into summertime, of course, and I shall have more boxy bags made up as well, and I've got a few other things in the pipeline that I'm working on. So take care everybody, and I'll catch up again with you soon.